If you like storytime vibes, hit subscribe and let's dive in together.
I opened the bedroom door and froze. Anna, my wife of 8 years, was on our bed, naked, tangled in the sheets I had bought for our anniversary, and a man, his lips on her neck, hands where they shouldn't be. My heart raced, my blood froze. 8 years of promises, dreams, and love destroyed in the first 10 seconds I saw it. It was Tuesday, and I was eager to get home, jingling keys in one hand, grocery bags in the other, thinking about Anna's favorite pasta, basil, tomatoes, memories of our first date. I wanted to surprise her, but the air around me turned chaotic the moment I walked in, thick, heavy, silent, as if the house itself was holding its breath. Her shoes were by the door, red heels tipped over, scattered like a careless whisper of someone who left in a hurry. My stomach knotted as faint voices drifted from upstairs. I paused. Maybe a friend had dropped by. Maybe she'd taken an early day. But my pulse was a drum in my ears as I climbed the stairs, each step announcing me, each heartbeat a warning I didn't want to hear. The bedroom door was slightly open. Light spilled into the hall, and then I heard it. A soft moan, hers. I froze. Then I saw them. Anna, tangled in our anniversary sheets, hair spilling across the pillow. A man, broad-shouldered, dark-haired, shirt half untucked, hovered over her, lips grazing her neck. My chest went hollow, breath stuck. "Anna?" I whispered, my voice foreign even to me. They froze. Her eyes met mine. Guilt, yes, but also defiance, almost as if I had interrupted something she thought she was entitled to. The man scrambled for his shoes. I grabbed his arm. "Who are you?" "This is Benjamin," she stammered. "He's just a friend." I laughed bitterly. "A friend?" My voice cracked, echoing in the room. "You don't sleep with your friends, Anna." Benjamin's face went red. "I didn't know she was married," he muttered, eyes flicking to her like he expected protection, but it was the look they shared, a secret they thought I'd never catch, that cut me the deepest. "Get out," I said. He bolted. Door slammed. Anna started crying. "It was a mistake. I love you." I didn't respond. My hands shook. The urge to smash something was nearly unbearable. Then I saw her phone, half buried in the sheets, screen lit. She hadn't changed her password. I swiped it open. The thread with Benjamin stretched back months, flirtations, secret plans, midnight invites. "I can't stop thinking about you," she'd written just yesterday. Rage blurred my vision. "You planned this," I said. I did something she didn't expect. I typed to Benjamin. "Thomas knows it's over. Don't come back." Sent. Then forwarded the thread to my own phone. Evidence, leverage, proof. "Thomas, what are you doing?" she cried, lunging for it. "You wanted him," I said. "Now live with the consequences." I walked out, leaving her sobs behind, grabbed my keys, jacket, and the whiskey we'd saved for a special occasion. Sat in the truck, engine idling. Cold air hit my face. Her name flashed on my phone. I didn't answer. Let her stew. Let guilt settle where it belonged. I wasn't broken. Not yet. I had patience. I had proof. I had a plan. By the next day, consequences rolled in. Benjamin's employer got screenshots from the thread, leading to his suspension. Humiliation spread faster than I could have imagined. My lawyer went over every message timestamp and our financials. That's when we discovered the transfers she had been making to Benjamin. Small amounts at first, months of careful siphoning, totaling $12,400. Betrayal wasn't just emotional, it was financial. We cataloged everything: screenshots, emails, forwarded threads, bank statements. Lawyer sent cease and desist notices, evidence-backed accountability. Weeks passed. Anna's calls and texts piled up, desperate and frantic. But I ignored them all. Every time her name flashed on my phone, I felt a twinge, not of longing, but of satisfaction. I was no longer the person she could manipulate. I had evidence. I had control. And most importantly, I had my life back. The first twist of revenge came unexpectedly. Benjamin's suspension turned into termination after the company reviewed the full thread I'd sent. Flirtations, secret meetups, clear breaches of trust. They had no choice. I didn't have to lift a finger beyond that. The truth spoke for itself. Then the financial side came into focus. My lawyer had meticulously prepared everything. Proof of Anna's transfers, messages, and even notes she'd left on her phone hinting at secrecy. $12,400 siphoned over months. Money intended for bills, for savings, for our life together. Evidence backed by timestamps, screenshots, and her own admissions. Anna tried the classic manipulation. It was just stress. I love you. I'll make it right. I didn't react. I met her once in a conference room. Her face was pale, hands trembling. "Why, Anna?" I asked, keeping my voice low, controlled. I felt wanted. With Benjamin, I felt alive, she admitted. "Paid for," I said, showing the ledger. The words were blunt, final, undeniable. No excuses. No tears could erase what was done. The settlement was clean and airtight. I got what I was owed: the truck, our emergency fund, primary custody of the dog, and a fair share of the joint accounts. Anna agreed to repay the siphoned money over time. Benjamin lost his job, his reputation taking a hit he couldn't repair quickly. Justice didn't feel vengeful. It felt correct. I spent the following months rebuilding myself. Practical things first. Changed all the locks, reset passwords, automated bills. Emotional repair came next. Morning runs, longer calls with family, reconnecting with friends I had ignored during my marriage. I learned that forgiveness isn't about forgetting. It's about removing someone's power to hurt you again. I reflected on the lessons. Trust is fragile. Transparency is critical. Respect is more than fidelity. It's honesty in money, in words, in everyday life. Betrayal isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, creeping in through late nights, unanswered texts, rehearsed laughter. But careful observation, patience, and evidence can protect you from being blindsided. Months later, I took a solo trip to the coast we once dreamed of retiring near. Sand cold under my boots, waves erasing footprints behind me. I let the ocean absorb anger and pain, leaving clarity. I thought of the life Anna and I had planned. Kids, a house by the water, growing old together. Ashes now, scattered by her choices. But from the ashes came knowledge, strength, and a future I could rebuild deliberately. I didn't long for her. I didn't need her apology or her explanation. I had learned to separate emotions from action. Rage without strategy leaves you hollow. Strategy without emotion leaves you cold but victorious. I had both. One final twist came as a reminder. Anna tried to contact me months later, thinking her apologies could reset the clock. I forwarded the thread of messages to a close friend who was helping me start over, just in case she tried any manipulation. Then I blocked her entirely. No confrontation, no theatrics, just quiet closure. I realized revenge isn't about ruining someone else. It's about reclaiming your life. Benjamin had his consequences, Anna had hers, and I had mine. Freedom, clarity, and control. Driving home from the coast, I thought about the principles I had rediscovered. Trust wisely, observe carefully, act decisively, protect what Thomasers. And when betrayal happens, it doesn't have to destroy you. With patience, planning, and intelligence, you survive, and you thrive. Back in my daily life, I began small routines. Morning coffee on the porch, walks with the dog, reconnecting with hobbies I had neglected. I invested in myself, my mental health, and my future. I didn't dwell on Anna's betrayal. Instead, I built boundaries strong enough that no one could breach them again. The final lesson was clear. Love is sacred, but respect and honesty are non-negotiable. Betrayal leaves scars, but those scars are also lessons, guides for recognizing truth, measuring integrity, and protecting oneself. My life was no longer at the mercy of another's selfish choices. I had survived, reclaimed, and rebuilt. I walked along the shore that evening, wind cutting through my jacket, waves crashing rhythmically. Each step forward was a reminder. Betrayal can hurt, but it doesn't have to break you. Evidence, patience, and calm decisiveness are weapons stronger than anger. Justice doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like rebuilding your life piece by piece. I looked back at the footprints behind me, already erased by the tide, and smiled quietly. That was Anna. That was Benjamin. That was the past. I didn't need to run from it. I had controlled the outcome, protected my future, and learned a lesson that would guide every relationship, every trust, every choice from now on. Love, trust, honesty, respect. They're fragile but essential. Betrayal may strike, but resilience, intelligence, and preparation make sure that when the storm passes, you stand taller than before.